Hey, what's up, guys? It's Jeff here. Today I'm just gonna be talking about how I did on my tournament at Lake Pleasant back on Sunday. I did pretty good. We just targeted bedfish the whole day, which worked pretty well when we got into a pattern, which I'm gonna be telling you guys how I like to catch my spring bedfish. First off, the tournament, like I said, was at Lake Pleasant. The fish were in the shallows mostly, but sometimes we could see a couple of the bigger fish in like 20 feet of water. But like I said, it's really clear. You can see maybe straight down 20 feet on these big bedfish that were around timber a lot. Um, we saw maybe over, well, at least my boat did. We saw maybe over 24-pound fish, but we just couldn't get them, which I'm still trying to figure out how and why we didn't get them. But we got some of the smaller males that were more closer and more active on the bed than the females were. Um, I caught all my fish on my spinning rod. I was just drop shotting. I was drop shotting with 6-pound fluorocarbon with this 3.5 inch white tube, smothered in salt. I think it's a Bass Pro's white tube. Like I said, it's 3.5 inches. We were just drop shotting that right on beds. In the beginning, we were really close to the beds, but you really don't want to be close on the beds, but you want to be further back so the bass really doesn't see you. So we were fishing maybe off maybe 10 to 15 feet from where the actual bed was, so the fish couldn't see us. So we were just pitching and flipping these white baits back up on the bed. We left the bait on the bed as long as it took for that male fish to come and look at it. And when it started to look at it, that's when we knew that we might have a chance at catching this fish. And most of the fish that we actually really targeted were locked on fish that did not really move and get scared off by our baits. So with that tube, we would just pitch it out, or actually the guy that was the other kid on my boat, he was using a fluke, just like a small 3-inch or a 4-inch fluke, and he was drop shotting that as well. And we would just leave the bait on the bed as long as possible, like I said, until that bass came by and looked at it. And when the bass looked at it, we gave it just a couple of twitches with that rod, just a little bit of twitch, but trying to keep the bait on the bed as long as possible in that area where the fish thinks it might be like a threat to the bed. And so when the fish did pick it up, we would just go in to set the hook, and then there you go, you got a fish. Sometimes the fish just will like peck at it and spit it out real quick before you even have a chance to set the hook. So that happened to me a lot of times. Like the same fish hit it maybe 3 times until I finally got it, until I finally really ate it, and I went in to set the hook. So that's how we caught our fish. I've been using this technique for a while, ever since like 2 years ago. It's been working for me. Like I said, I like to usually use my fluorocarbon so the fish really doesn't see the line, and don't keep pitching and flipping back, over and repeatedly. Just keep it, make it like a habit with like 2 or 3 pitches, and keep the bait in that same area for a long time, and you probably will get bit with the male. With the female, it was a bit harder for us to catch them. Some people did catch them as well. I heard some jigs were working as well with a crawdad pattern. Like Cole Norris of Mad Dog Baits, he got a good solid 3.07 pound largemouth on a jig, a black and blue jig. He was pitching and flipping on a bed as well, and he caught a good solid fish. But that was his only fish, but he was a good solid fish. I caught 2 fish on beds, of course, and they weighed like 2.83 pounds. They were good solid fish for that day. Everybody pretty much caught a fish. Phoenix of All Around Fishing One, he caught one fish on a bed. But like I said, everybody saw fish, everybody caught some fish. So it was a pretty good tournament all around. So, like I said, that's my tips on how to catch springtime bass. It works pretty well. Like I said, unnatural baits, small baits, like the tube works really well. You can also pitch and flip a lizard back in there, white lizard. You can also pitch and flip pink baits, unnatural color baits work. You can use natural color baits as well. I like the white and pink colors the best. So, there you go, guys. See ya.